Well, breaking news coming in just now. Andile Lungisa has stepped down as the chairman of the ANC's Nelson Mandela Bay region today. Lungisa is reported to be planning to contest the provincial secretary post in July. Lungisa was elected ANC regional chairman of the Nelson Mandela Bay earlier on this month. He was apparently not eligible to stand for the position as he was already a member of the higher party structure. All sources said the Lungisa dispute was dividing the ANC. He was then advised by senior to step down from the party unity. Lungisa's resignation is said to put the party under the spotlight regarding its ability to deal with factional feuds. Meanwhile, African National Congress Secretary General Gwede Mantashe had earlier said Lungisa would not be discussed at this weekend's NEC meeting.
The executive committee cannot be converted into a disciplinary committee. Those things are dealt with smaller committees if there is need to be a disciplinary process. The NEC is not for that. There is a letter of Lungisa. It's not a Lungisa matter, by the way. It's a principal issue. That's all that the NEC can confirm or change, is that people in higher organs don't stand for elections in lower organs. That's it. It's a principle. There is no Lungisa matter before the NEC.
Well, join me live from our newsroom as my colleague Cindy Mabi. Cindy, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, firstly, how do you see the stepping down of Andile Lungisa as the chairman of the ANC's Nelson Mandela Bay?
Good afternoon to you and our viewers. Of course, this has been a huge contention for the ANC, primarily in that it shifts the focus from bigger factional issues that the party needs to restore, especially leading up to the policy conference and the elective conference in December. So for Andile Lungisa, didn't really have much of a choice. He was already occupying a higher position within the provincial executive committee. For him now to be in the regional chairman post, there was the contest around what does the ANC's policy or constitution says about a natural progression, either ascending to power or rather being in a lower structure. That has now been laid to rest. Andile Lungisa was forced to make a choice, as it were, because, as you rightfully said, he's now contesting the provincial secretary post of the ANC.
Now, Cindy, does this actually question the way that the African National Congress actually deals and handles matter of feuds and factionality within the party?
You know, it's a very precarious position that the organization finds itself in. They always say that they are a multi-denominational church, if you will, a very democratic to a fault, that every view is ventilated and explored. Andile Lungisa also enjoys his own fair share of support for work that he has done within the youth structures, and primarily now that he's resurfaced into the mainstream echelons of the ANC. It would appear that those there are certain views that he is instrumental and not only energizing and mobilizing from grassroots level, but as a leader who is credible in taking the organization forward, at least at a provincial level.
Now, Cindy, there are reports that Lungisa is actually planning to contest the provincial secretary post coming July this year. Do you think that Lungisa is expected to get the much-needed support that he wants in this position?
I guess he would have to convince his supporters or members of the various branches, because you have to mobilize from grassroots level, lobby, and also bring on board what your remedial action will be, or your action plan to restore the organization at that level. The contest, of course, is that he needs to distinguish himself from the current secretary of the PEC, and also to make sure that he stands out from whoever else is competing against him in that post.